Tonight on SmackDown marked the first night of the actual WWE draft going into effect, making the previous 3 weeks pretty awkward since everyone showed up everywhere, causing so many to get left behind from airtime. Michael Cole going crazy about Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar that he compared that match to the likes of Rock versus Steve Austin, John Cena versus The Rock, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, and because of that I'm adding 5 sins. That match wasn't even close to those legendary feuds. Roman Reigns goes through the list of all the wrestlers he beat to retain the Universal Championship, but he should honestly come up with a better word than smash since 99% of the internet is dirty-minded. Roman Reigns has to literally go through a commercial break just to wait for Brock Lesnar. We got a newly drafted roster and had to have one single segment go through an entire commercial break. Brock Lesnar brawls with Roman Reigns, and for a while it's actually exciting. Brock attacked everything and everyone, to the point where I thought we would have a repeat of Michael Cole taking an F5. Unfortunately, Roman retreats, leaving the title behind, and we go to commercial with Brock holding up a title that doesn't belong to him. Adam Pearce announces that Brock Lesnar is indefinitely suspended for his actions, which of course translates to Brock is taking his traditional time off for a few months. I won't lie though, the attack on Adam Pearce afterward was fun to watch, especially with Brock repeating, "I can't hear you, can you repeat that?" Although one problem with this whole thing is the first 25% of the entire show was that segment. Remember, we have newly drafted rosters, gotta balance it out. Drew McIntyre comes out to issue an open challenge and even says who's ready to finally have a match to the fans. Goes to show that even he was irritated about the first 30 minutes being one segment. Sami Zayn accepts the challenge and debuts new music that sounds pretty generic. His old theme worked for both a heel and face occasion. But guess what? After only 50 seconds of a match, 40 minutes into the show, we go to yet another freaking commercial. This is what happens when you talk too much. Majority of the match is Sami Zayn avoiding Drew McIntyre, who gets so frustrated at the lack of action. After a very short match that went nowhere, we're about to coronate Xavier Woods as the new king of the commercial break. We spent more time on commercial breaks than we have actually doing something interesting. Alright, commercial break is over. Time for the coronation of King Xavier and FLASHBACK. The coronation of King Xavier was extremely entertaining. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods did a great job with this, even coming up with the catchy, "Hail, King Woods." Becky Lynch is not interested in a title swap and would rather be Becky Two Belts. In a way, I don't blame her, but the Becky Two Belts thing didn't do well or work out last time. Mansoor and Mustafa Ali tore the house down at Crown Jewel in that fantastic show. So WWE does the typical rematch instead of moving on to something else. This is supposed to be a new era of SmackDown. Mansoor quickly defeats Mustafa in a match that was quick and over with. This was all done just to make room for wrestlers doing more talking backstage. Hit Row arrives and cuts a promo that was actually pretty cool. These guys are definitely going to do well with their match coming up, and yet another commercial break, damn it! Hit Row only had 45 seconds to show what they can do, and when you're taking on local competitors, that's just sad. My lord, this is not a good show so far. In this new era of SmackDown, we are going to see a new match, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Happy Corbin. Wait, what? Again? Y'all got a newly drafted roster with new faces and this is the best you can come up with? Also, I'm just putting this out there, stop using the term championship contenders match since pretty much all of them don't actually lead to championship matches. After Happy Corbin gets the win, we're at the main event. On a night of talking, the main event is more talking. SmackDown closes with a title exchange between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair since they're both on separate shows holding the wrong brand's championships. I don't even have to watch to know this won't end well since neither female wants to exchange their titles. The exchange segment was very awkward because Charlotte Flair willingly followed the rules while Becky Lynch was like a kid trying to take both the toys, followed by a segment with Sasha Banks, and that's it. This show was honestly a whole lot of nothing, which is a shame.